I've had time to reflect.
Just
And if no one's going to love me, I have to love myself. I remember the build up to that moment, okay? And I will explain it to you. So I remember in the build up to my rematch, look, I'm not going to lie to you, I had my own issues going on, you know, that I said I'll explain one day, but I never wanted to be seen as an excuse. So I took my loss like a man. But what I found is that a lot of my industry friends that were smiling in my face really were ready to stab me in my back when I took my loss. And I was like, okay, then, so this is what this is all about now. So how it was is that when I said I beat Andy, which I knew I would, I said, when I win, I want everybody to bow to me. The king will stand and he will reign again. And so around that picture, if you look at the video, everyone's going crazy. They just announced my name. And that picture is me saying, I told you. The man who knows himself can never be misguided by other opinions. So it was just a point in my career and in my life where I would always go with my gut feeling because I just knew no matter what anyone told me, don't take the rematch straight away, have a warm-up fight. Andy got the quickest hands in the division. He's like the Mexican Mike Tyson, this, that. He's had, I was just like, boy, I'm 100%. There's no way that boy can beat me, you know? So I just knew where I stood, and that was me just showing the world that I backed myself. And I'm two-time heavyweight champion of the world.
Anthony Joshua talking about, if I'm 100%, I knew if I was 100%, there's no way that boy could beat me. Full knowledge, full confidence, full belief, no excuses. This is taken from a Chris Mannix interview over the weekend, and Anthony Joshua had quite a few things to say about the Andreas the Punch Ruiz fight. He also spoke about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, but that's for the next video. But in the meantime, let's get into more of what Anthony Joshua had to say.
back on that fight. Did it go exactly as you thought it was going to go?
Went even better. It was a one-sided fight. It was a classic display of the sweet science of hit and don't get hit, take the belt with ease and get back on the gravy train, you know. Andy couldn't keep up. He couldn't move his feet. He couldn't throw his hands fast enough to keep up with me. And I think I won 11 out of the 12 rounds, if I was to be generous. And I made history in Saudi Arabia and I became two-time heavyweight champion of the world. It was more to the point, not the knockout part, because if I wanted to go for it, I would have gone for it in certain times. Like from the first round, I'd already busted by it. But that was going against my discipline and my tactic. But it was just the fact that, you know, tall fighters against short fighters don't mix it inside. It's like the rule 101 that I went against in my first fight. That's a tactical point of view. So from a tactical point of view, it was give him the sweet science, the Lennox Lewis versus David Tua. You know, the stylistic, I wouldn't say the Tommy Hearns versus Sugar Ray, because you know how that went, but the rangy boxer versus the shorter arm boxer. There's a way in what you go about victory, and it's not it going in there looking for a knockout. It's the word, if the knockout comes, then you take it, but don't go in there looking for it. And what did come out of that is the victory. And I think that leads on to these conversations that we're having now. And it's so satisfying to speak to you as two-time heavyweight champion of the world right now, rather than saying, man, I tried to knock him out. I wanted to entertain. I just got a bit tired, and he picked up 4 rounds in the later part of the fight and he just scraped the win. I'm champ, and that's all. And that's what I'm happy about.
Anthony Joshua mentions Lennox Lewis versus Tua, and shows that he's a student of the game. Didn't want to come back saying, well, you know, I just wanted to go in there and knock him out. And no. There's a way for a tall fighter to fight the shorter fighter. And he knew exactly how to do it. He knew what to do. He knew exactly where he went wrong. Went back to the drawing board and made sure he had all the pieces in place to do a technically sound job on Andreas the Ponce Ruiz. So, talking about technicality, getting the technique right, very importante.
If I wanted to go for it, I would have gone for it in certain times. Like from the first round, I'd already busted his eye. But that was going against my discipline and my tactic.
If you had lost that fight, would you have retired?
No way. I think that shows weakness in my own part. Even now, I sometimes think, as I'm quarantining and isolating, I think, wow, retirement never looks so good. We haven't got nothing to do. So this is an indication of what we're working towards when we want to retire. But at the same time, I still have a burning desire of knowledge, of growth within me. And I think that aside, where do I put all that desire of growth and into? And I put it into boxing. So for me, until I say, I'm content with the man I've become, I think that's when I retire. But at the minute, I still want to grow as a person, and I put all that growth into my sport. And in the UK, the guidelines are exercise outside of your house, but to an hour. So I think that's what I do. I sometimes go cycling or I go running, which is enough. And then I shadow box in the garden, which is a lost art of boxing, the art of shadow boxing. So I've been able to rekindle my love for the art of shadow boxing, concentrating for 12 rounds. So by the time this is over, I should be the shadow boxing champion of the world, because that's what I'm working on. And, little things like burpees, press-ups, squat jumps, natural bodyweight exercise.
Anthony Joshua is staying fit and ready in lockdown quarantine. The mission is not over. He's not lounging on the couch like Andreas the Ponce. He hasn't got his arm in a cast, healing up his bicep like Deontay Wilder. No. He's working. He's working hard. So, wouldn't it make sense? Wouldn't it make sense for Deontay, the Bronzebomber, to just step aside, let his arm heal up? You see my video? Deontay Wilder's got a busted bicep. Would it not make sense? No, those can be tricky. Those can be tricky injuries to heal. Would it not make sense for Deontay to just settle down, step aside, stay on the couch for a while, let his bicep heal up, let it reattach properly, so he don't go in there too soon and it pops again? Would it not make sense for Deontay Wilder to just take some time to heal up properly? It seems like after every fight, he needs to go to the operation room. He needs a surgery. There's life after boxing, my friend. Keep your body as intact as possible. Heal up and come again stronger. Deontay Wilder. As for the Ponce, well, what's his next step? He got offered a fight. Got offered a fight by Dillian White. Either the UK for 2 mil or the USA for 5 mil. Andreas the Ponce declined both. Now he's talking about fighting old man Ortiz. Interesting fight. Why didn't he fight Dillian White? Beat him, you become WBC #1 ranked challenger. No. You want an opponent who's lower down in the rankings. You want to fight old man Ortiz. What say you? It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the interview by Chris Mannix. Anthony Joshua. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares. And it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And it's to follow me on Twitter. And it's to tune in to Boxing Talk with Rafi, the live show. Next one Monday. I don't know. Is AJbxng coming around? Is AJbxng coming back around? He said he would. Tune in tonight and see. Boxing Talk with Rafi. 116-116. Tonight, 9 p.m. UK time. And don't forget, we got Rick Glazer back again. Guess who's back? On Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. Q&A with Rick Glazer. And don't forget about the Friday show, where we look at a classic fight. That show went down a storm. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. And I'm out.